Hello, I'm Stephen, and it's a pleasure to be here today to be able to give testimony to what the Lord's done in my life with the Freedom Sessions. First of all, I'd just like to say that before I entered into this process, I kind of felt like I had to prove myself and to be something that people would approve of. And kind of like John Wayne, just to be needed, but to never need anyone. And really and truthfully, to be all that in a bag of chips. So, but after going through this, I have really received that security that I didn't have before, to just be able to be me. And to know that I'm loved and accepted and celebrated by the Lord. And in my relationship with the Lord, the revelation knowledge that I've received through the upgrades and through the training has been phenomenal. It's helped me to understand myself as well as others much better, and I've enjoyed every moment of it. I've also found a community that I belong to, which is something I never felt before because of all that having to be John Wayne, if not better. And I've come to know people that I love and trust, and I know that have God's best interest at heart. It's interesting because while I've been in full-time ministry for a number of years, I never felt like I was a part of a ministry. I never sensed belonging. I never sensed community. But through the reformation of my spirit and the walk that I've gone through with this ministry, I've come to know and realize that I do fit in. I found where I do fit in, that I'm welcomed and highly celebrated, and in fellowship with people that are open and honest with each other, that love one another, and are walking in love with each other in a way that is helps you grow, but also is so very supportive, which I never knew before. In my freedom session, I went from a place of being really hurt more than I realized and unable to function in some areas that I didn't even realize, and insecure in some ways that I was not aware of, to a place of realizing I don't have to have it all figured out. I can actually trust the Lord to lead, guide, and direct me in the right way, and to a place of security and community. The interesting thing for me is the fact that it has been quite a revelation discovering those things, such as areas where there were landing strips for the enemy to come in and to have a right to operate in my life, that not only took place from myself, but that went back to past generations. And that was phenomenal, as the Holy Spirit brought prophetic revelation about certain things that had gone on in my family line, in my bloodline, that had actually given the enemy a right to come against me. And praying against those things all this time, I was not getting any results, and I didn't know why. And so the revelation of these landing strips and dealing with them and getting rid of them gave me such tremendous breakthrough and peace and restoration. So the Freedom Session really is so powerful because it's shown me how to be able to walk in a place in revelation of how to get myself healed, so that when God shows me something, I can nail it to the cross, and you'll see what that's all about when you go through it. And what does God have for me in the exchange? Phenomenal, instantaneous results is what I have experienced, and manifestations of His love in ways I've never known. So it's a very, very life-giving experience. And before, I was closed down in a lot of areas, and now God's opened me up and freed me to flow in His love and be able to love on people with His love in a whole nother level than I was before I ever went through the Freedom Session. Interestingly enough, the intensity with which I have prayed for people in the past had been on a level that had not been pleasing to some people, and I didn't quite realize or get or understand my authority. And coming through this process has shown me how to take that authority in a way, in the positioning that I'm in, that I don't have to be that intense, that I have the authority and all I have to do is wield it as the Holy Spirit leads. And it's interesting because I've been able to pray for people now, and the results are, to me, greater than they were before. I have found that when I've dealt with my stuff, it's a whole lot easier to flow and to deal with the other stuff that's out there that He wants dealt with in His love and in His way. And I can tell you this, at the end of the day, it's a whole lot less about me, and it's a whole lot more about Jesus. As a matter of fact, it's nothing about me, it's all about Jesus.